some modified scarf escapes, and then we'll have a look at some scarf escapes as well. We'll go through a bunch. I'll go through a bunch, and then I'll get Jack to go through a bunch as well. So we'll look at the modified scarf first. As soon as he gets in this modified scarf, this far arm is real important to control. Now, there's a couple of different things that can happen. Maybe he's up real high, okay? Or maybe he's down real low. If he's up real high, again, this isn't a nice position. I want to start getting some frames in, so I'm going to hip escape and pull my elbow across his shoulder so now he comes down low. The whole time, I want to try and avoid him really dragging this arm in. If he has dragged this arm in, I'm going to frame inside and get that elbow out. What I really want to do is get my elbow down to the ground. Okay, so if he's in real tight, I'm going to come across, get my thumb right in to try and win this out here, okay, or here, okay. Then I can start to work my elbow down to the ground. And when I work my elbow down to the ground, it's going to be hard if I stay flat on my shoulders. It's a lot easier if I turn on my side. Now, just like we would from side control, my goal is to get my knee and elbow together. So I hip escape and roll my knee and elbow together. This is actually a really cool position. If he leaves this arm hanging in deep, I can immediately start to attack some really nice positions from escaping that because I can pinch his shoulder down. I think he can even come all the way out for omoplatas. Okay. Probably if he's fairly good at grappling though, once I get to here and I get my knee and elbow together, he's probably going to separate and posture up. When he separates and postures up, make sure you bring those knees back in front and fix up your alignment, okay? Then you'll be really difficult to deal with. When you really can't get that elbow out, I don't have a huge amount of options, okay? But when he's holding me real tight, I can reconnect, okay? When I reconnect, I'm gonna squeeze him real tight and try and get in as tight as I can. When he goes to move those hips away from me now, it's important that you lock this body lock tight. So watch what happens when he tries to move his hips away. See, my hips stay stuck. If I hold him tight and my hips aren't together and my upper body isn't tight, it's not gonna work, okay? So as soon as you squeeze him in, block this elbow down, so now when he goes to hip escape away, he can't escape his hips away from me. Now he can't escape his hips away from me, I'm gonna go up. Now, shoulders can't go flat down the ground. I go shoulder, shoulder, nice and up on my side to make that rollover work. So there's a couple of real important little details to make that work, okay? The escapes from scarf are fairly similar, so I'm gonna let Jack go through some escapes from scarf. Okay, so this time, instead of being under the arm, the person's under your head, okay? Again, real tough position to escape, but you can.
Sweet. So the first one is if your partner's head is up, I'll put this hand on the chin, start to turn my partner's face, back leg over. So here, if you're trying to push the top of the head and they're looking down, and they got a strong neck, it's going to be hard to turn their head. Down to the chin, turn the chin, leg over. If you can't reach, you may need to take a hip escape, leg over. Or if your partner doesn't follow and you've taken this hip escape, now I can do a sit-up and put this top shoulder on the mat. Top shoulder, circle around. So that's the first combo. Is turn, leg over, or hip escape, and do a sit-up. The other combo, I'll lock my hands together, squeeze my partner in. Maybe this time they're ducking their head because they don't want me to push it. So now they're weight forward, bumping onto my right shoulder, and then staying in this bridge. So my feet are on the mat, toes are on the mat, opposite shoulder. So it's shoulder to shoulder, not shoulder and then trying to go over the back leg. This is what happens most of the time when people do it. They're trying to go shoulder to hip. It's shoulder, circle, shoulder. So that one again. Shoulder, shoulder, over. The other option is shoulder, and our partner faces out more, so it's hard to go all the way over. You're gonna sneak under, grab their hips, and now you're going on your hips, so it's reverse hip escape. Under. So we bump our partner, bump. We can't go shoulder to shoulder because all their weight's over here. So we're sneaking under, hip flexor, reverse hip escape. Under. So both of those work in sets. Push the head, leg over the top, or push the head and sit up, or the shoulder to shoulder, or shoulder, scoop underneath, tip over the hip flexor.
Awesome. Some of those are interchangeable. What you really need to do is get them in your head and start practicing live as soon as you can. Okay? Get after it, jiu-jitsu lovers.